Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Netflix film, Doggone, from director Stephen Herrick, who previously worked on films like Critters, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Mr. Holland's Opus, and The Three Musketeers from the 90s. And this film is produced and co-starring Rob Lowe, but starring Johnny Birchtold, who plays Fielding Marshall. What a name. Who makes the not great decision to go get a dog from the pound when he's in college, just listing lazily through his existence, and to the chagrin of his best friend and his family. And you have this dog who he gives a horrible name that I'm not even going to bother saying here because it's just so stupid. And that's probably where the biggest thing about this film that has a lot of potential to be one of those feel-good, inspiring stories is that our central protagonist is so unbearable. He is so stupid. He makes horrible decisions. Like, literally, every single decision that he possibly can make, he makes the wrong one. He is so self-absorbed. He is so ignorant of the whole entire world around him, and then the whole film tries to get us to sympathize with this idea that he could just list lazily through things, and that's perfectly okay. And it's just like, and his best friend at the beginning who's like, this probably isn't a great idea. Movie's like, he's no good. But he made perfect sense. And for the first third of this movie, this was kind of hard to watch because he was so unbearable, and I just could not take this protagonist. And he only got balanced out throughout the film because of some plot points that I won't get into, but also because, like, he has Rob Lowe with him a lot. And Rob Lowe is probably one of my favorite parts of this film. He gives such a good performance, rock-solid performance. He has this charisma. He has some great lines and zingers thrown around there and get a good laugh in occasionally. But him as John Marshall and his son Fielding have a really strong father-son arc in this film that I feel like is probably the most interesting part of it. And you get to spend a lot more of that in the second and third part of the film where you're not just focusing, oh my god, it's a cute dog and we don't have to write anything of any intelligence because cute dog. And when you don't have the dog around because the dog runs away and they struggle to try to find him, that's the whole entire crux of the film. Their dynamic comes front and center. And you have Kimberly Williams Paisley, who plays his mother, who winds up going on her own arc because she had a dog growing up that passed away, and adds some little bit emotional depth there. This film hits all the beats. It hits all the sentimentality. This is straight up ripped right from Hallmark. And I was after the first third of this movie, I was real close to just being like, this is a 1 star, only because Rob Lowe brings up just a little bit. But it does find its footing, and I do think in general it's a fine film. Still don't think it's a good film. I think the writing is a little too weak, and it's overly sappy and sentimental at times. But it does have, and it's real hard to connect with our main character here. But there's other elements that bring it up a little bit, and of course, it has a really cute dog. So, gotta at least give that some points, right? But in general, I think this is a not quite solid familial drama. They're sitting on Netflix, but it's an easy watch, it's relatively short, and it's on Netflix. So if you love those dog movies, it's right there. Give it a stream. But those are my thoughts on Doggone. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.